Today we are back with more Storyteller, the Lost Chapters. We're going to start with the custom chapter, Empathy, and we're going to start with the level, Mercy. Oh, Forgive. That's a new scene. Everyone forgives Isabel. Okay, so everyone has to get mad at Isabel at some point, right? So I'm assuming she's going to kidnap them and they're going to forgive. That's really interesting. That's a new scene that was made just for these levels. Okay, so let's say Lenora and Bernard are in love. Isabel tries to get with Lenora, but she gets rejected because Lenora's with Bernard. So then maybe... Oh, yes, okay, this is going to be fun. Isabel will kidnap Bernard, so now he's mad at Lenora. Maybe if Lenora Bernard's mad at Isabel, so maybe if Lenora lets him go, he'll be like, it was Isabel, so now she's also mad at Isabel, but then they're both going to forgive her. And then that counts. Yes! Nice! Isabel drinks poison. Ooh. But is it going to be straight up drinking poison or poisoned wine? That we don't know. Okay. Ooh, no marriage. They're just gonna... Okay, let's say they fight. Bang! Oh, I know. And then Isabel will poison Lenora's wine, but then Isabel is gonna have remorse and be so sad about it that she'll drink poison. Yes, that's so clever. Ooh, wait. Isabel drinks poison again, but now we have Edgar and Isabel, and we have the wedding scene, and we have Forgive. Ooh, okay. Edgar and Isabel get married. Maybe they fight, and then Isabel tries to poison Edgar, but then she forgives him. Will she then drink it? No, she knows it's poisoned. Oh, maybe he will drink the wine. He will drink the wine because she never cleared the wine out. So maybe now she'll drink out of guilt. Nope. Silly me for assuming she would drink out of guilt. Can Edgar poison her? No, he's not. He's not sick like that. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Oh, interesting. Okay. But she won't drink the wine. How do we get her to drink poison? She's not sad enough that her husband's dead to do that. Maybe she'll forgive his ghost? No. Can the ghost poison the wine? I wonder. Sure can't. Ooh. How do we get her to drink the poison? Isabel drinks poison. Wedding and Forgive. Right. Would he... Wait, what happens? They're both... Okay, now he's mad at her. Oh, he's always been mad at her, but he won't poison the wine. How do we get... Interesting. Isabel drinks the poison, but he won't... Maybe they're not together first. Isabel, they fight and then she poisons the wine? Is this gonna do anything? And then they forgive each other, then they get married, and then this happens and then she drinks? Oh, interesting. So they have... Interesting. That's funky. But it makes sense, I guess. They fall in love. They get married after. Because just because she forgives him for the fighting doesn't mean, I guess, they're in love enough for her to be sad that he died. Okay. That's fair. A heartbreak is healed. They like this. Heartbreak is healed thing. They like this thing. This has been the main game. It's been in like so many different versions, but the fun thing is finding out how to make it happen with the stuff that we have. Okay. Wedding, poison, wine, forgive. A heartbreak is healed. Okay, Lenora, Edgar are in love. Isabel tries to get with Lenora. No, right, she's mad. So maybe we swap this, right. So now Lenora's heartbroken. A heartbreak is healed. Oh. It's about to be this. You ready? Because Isabel's gonna poison. Oh, right. Oh, right. Oh, right. We can't have it the way that I thought it was gonna go. A heartbreak is healed. Maybe Edgar's the one that's heartbroken? Oh, he just died, so that doesn't really heal his heartbreak. But maybe she's sad enough. Maybe she's heartbroken by this. No, she's just scared. How do we get her to be heartbroken? Because then she can marry her and then fix it. But she's not sad. A heartbreak is healed. I don't know. Because, like, the only thing I can think of that we didn't try is this, but she's not heartbroken. She's just mad. But then she would poison Isabel, who would then drink the wine. And then she could get married to that guy. But we never saw him heartbroken. That's tricky because normally you have to see the little heartbreak emoji. There's no heartbreak emoji on any of these people's heads. But now we have to do a double healed heart. So they both have to be sad. But it can't be with her because she never gets sad. She just starts killing people. Unless I guess she was in love with Eleanor first. But then that wouldn't work because then everything else would get messed up. Oh gosh. He's sad. And then we have to do something with the forgive if we're doing this then. My lights are flickering in my house. There's a ghost. There's a ghost in my house, guys. The ghost of Edgar from wherever died from last round is coming to get me. A double healed heart. So we have to have sadness and healing. With only 3 people. Okay. Heartbreak. Bing, bang, bang. Heartbreak. Bing, bang, boom. Or heartbreak right here. So then... But she would drink the wine. But that doesn't exactly heal. That doesn't exactly heal her. She just dies. Like, we've got to do something with Isabel killing somebody. I don't know. Let's have her kill off Edgar, I guess. So then he'll die. So that heartbreaks Lenora. So then if they get married... Oh, right. That's one heartbreak heal. But now we have to get it to also forget... or have Isabel's heart not be broken. Or to... This isn't her heart broken, though. But I don't... Would this scene be Isabel telling Lenora... Oh, I thought maybe she would tell her that she killed her husband. But she doesn't. Double healed heart. How do we make you guys sad? What the heck just happened? Oh, she says, I'm sorry, I literally meant to kill you. But where's the second heartbreak? What's heartbreaking her? A double healed heart. I don't understand what the second heartbreak is because there's no even a heartbreak emoji in the thing. One heart is obviously Lenora. It's not Edgar. It's her heart is broken here. You know what? That's fine. That's fine by me. I just knew we'd have to use the forgive eventually, so I figured I'd try it. Everybody marries Bernard. Okay. So we can just get him married to somebody. Maybe then he rejects Isabel. So then Isabel poisons Edgar. So then he will marry Isabel. Or he will marry Lenora. And then She'll poison. She won't. Oh. Calm down. Everyone marries Bernard. So we gotta have people drink the wine. Maybe that was a bad idea to just start over. But if... maybe we have to have 2 other people married, and then Isabel gets rejected. No. I don't know. Everyone marries Bernard. So eventually, let's just do the scenes we know we're going to have. Like this. We know we're going to have those 3 scenes. So then we have to fill in the rest of the scenes somehow. Oh, what happened here? Right, so they're married now. I think we're going to have, though, Lenora poisoning the wine and then someone drinking it. So we have 3 other things to figure out. So if they get she rejects him, she will kill Edgar, who has already married him. So then she can get married to Bernard. But we have to... would she feel remorse and then go tell him what she did? Nope, she wouldn't go tell him, hey, I murdered your first husband. I thought maybe that was it. Would she... oh, if she would she feel so much remorse that she, you know, drink? Yes, and then he's free to get married to Lenora. Oh. See, in the main game, typically a character had to see another person die or see their gravestone in order for them to gain that information to then, you know, alter history, and like so then the rest of the scenes can make sense. Not alter history, but you know, so they can have that knowledge to then do the rest of the scenes. But in the last chapters, that is not the truth. So it's a bit of a learning curve because you have to learn new information and apply new things. But it's still fun. Mutual ghost fight with 9 frames. Ooh, is this the most we've had? Maybe. I can't remember. Mutual ghost fight. They have to both die, though. So, what if they fight at the beginning? So then... oh. Is this gonna take that many chapters? If then Isabel will poison Lenora, who will drink and then die. She's upset. But I think Isabel has to be killed somehow by Lenora in order for this to work. She feels remorse for it, because she'll probably drink. Oh no. But now they're not fighting. Oh, we have a revive. I didn't see we had a revive. Okay. So then would Lenora poison Isabel? Yes. And then she would drink as well? Nope. Poisons. Revives. Because she wouldn't just willy-nilly poison her. Nope, that messed up everything. Wow. Okay. Then she revives. Then... because we have to find a way to get her to die. Oh, maybe then Lenora has remorse. And then she'd drink. Oh, then she'd drink. And then they fight. Oh, goodness. Lenora and Isabel fight. Isabel poisons Lenora. Lenora drinks, dies. Comes back to life, poisons Isabel. Kills Isabel. Has remorse. It's really sad. So then she drinks the poison and then they fight after that because they both murdered each other. Wow. Wow. Murderers marry each other. Okay. Isabel's definitely one of the murderers. If she's not, that would be a big plot twist. Edgar and Lenora are married. Isabel tries to get with Edgar, but then, or maybe Lenora, but then she gets rejected, so then she goes and poisons Edgar's wine. Boom, he's dead. And then, but he can revive and then murder her. Is that gonna be it? We'd have to also then revive her. But maybe that's it. Yeah. Oh, but they're still mad at each other. But if they would forgive each other... Oh, they will not forgive each other. Murderers marry each other. So maybe I'll shelve that idea. Dead. So then how do we get... Can he tell Lenora what happened? No. Maybe this? Oh no, she won't tell her there. Interesting. I think he's gonna have to revive and forgive her. Oh, she's like, why is he back alive? That's funny. If we do it again, will she forgive him then? Nope. Ooh, interesting. Murderers marry each other. Murderers marry each other. Murderers marry each other. How do we get somebody else to murder somebody else? Okay, maybe it has something to do with the wrong person drinks the wine. So now she's a murderer. But then Edgar... No, he would just drink. So... How do we get him to poison her instead? Oh, she just drinks the... Okay. Would... If we did... Wait. We did... Wait, stop. So maybe if we have this, right? Where Isabel tries to poison Lenora because she wants her man. Then he dies. Maybe he will revive. And then, would he then poison her wine now? Okay. So now they're both... Oh, wait. Oh! He murders... There it is. They both murder the wrong person. So then they wouldn't just straight get married, right? Maybe they'd have to forgive each other. Please work, please work, please work. Yes! Okay, wow. So they both murder somebody they weren't intending to murder. And they forgive each other for doing that. Because he accidentally murders his wife, trying to murder her. But then they forgive each other, and then he gets married to the one who murdered who murdered him, and then he was trying to murder, but then accidentally killed his wife by, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, confusing. But we're done with chapter 1, or of this video. We're moving on to absolution. Yeah. Moving on to royalty. Ooh, king and queen. Let's go. The queen gets rejected. By who? Ooh. Nope. 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 Okay. Queen gets rejected. So, what if the Baron kidnaps somebody? Maybe her, and then... Oh, because would the knight and the maid just get married? No, because she loves you. So what I'm thinking is, someone's gonna rescue the queen, which will make her fall in love with them, but they'll already be married to somebody else. So then, when she tries to get with them, they'll reject her. Is what I'm thinking is gonna happen. But we gotta figure out how we do that. Because eventually, maybe the knight's gonna let her go. See, she's in love with him now. But he's gotta reject her by getting married to somebody else first. He wants the crown. But there's no crown to take over. So I think it's probably gonna be like something like this. Maybe then the queen dies, the knight sees it, then he'll get married to her, and then the queen revives. Close. Something is like this. Something. If we had one more frame, we could have the Baron kidnap her again and then let her go, and then this would work. But we don't have enough. Oh, maybe we just... Okay, I'm silly. We just do this. We just remove that first scene if we're getting kidnapped. We don't need that. Here you go. And then she'll get rejected. queen gets rejected by the knight, but then without the knight. See, when there's a bonus level to these, it's always so exciting because, I don't know, you find a way to do the story and then it's like, how we thought about that, what about the other way? I don't know, it just feels fun. Just feels fun to know you were going that way. So the knight has to go away. So the queen has to get rejected. And I'm thinking that means she has to get rejected by the maid. But the baron only marries for the crown, but we don't have the crown to get... Maybe the baron kidnaps the maid. The queen lets the maid go. But what does that accomplish? Would the queen then kidnap the baron? Nope. Right. What does this do? I don't know. Queen gets rejected without... So then we'd have to get the maid and the baron to fall in love somehow. But would the baron let her go? No, of course he wouldn't. Because he wants the crown. Oh, we can't have him. How do we get the maid to fall in love with the baron? So I think it's gonna be where the queen gets rejected by the maid. But that means we have to get her to fall in love with the maid. Which means the maid letting her go after she's kidnapped. But they would just get married, because the king's apparently not in the picture for this one. But that means we also have to have the maid fall in love with the baron. What? Wow, okay. This is not enough scenes for this. I thought I was going to do 6 scenes. Why is the maid is just in love with the baron? I didn't know that. Is she in love with him to start? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, well that makes sense, because the maid's in love with the... But if we didn't have this, they'll just get married. She has to go and get rejected by the baron in order for this to work. Interesting. That was a little funky. The king gets rejected, so the king is now here. The king is... Maybe he gets rejected by the maid, because they would have an affair. Or maybe by his own wife. So maybe the queen sees their affair. Would she then push... Who would she push off? She pushed them both off. But we have to keep the king... Oh, no we don't. We don't have to keep the king alive. Would the maid now have an affair with the knight? No, because he loves the queen. Oh, but the king's ghost would push the queen off the edge. Now they're in love, and now the king comes back to life and tries to get with his ex boo thing, but then she rejects him because she's now with the prince. Right, remember, in this world, you just have to kill someone's current spouse and they will fall in love with you madly. For some reason. That works. Knight's coronation. I love ones like this where you know, it gives you a panel. Because you know the knight's gonna have the coronation. Meaning, oh, that's what happens when you're like, he's actually a prince, right? That's when your parents are royals. Because we know they're gonna have to lose the crown. The queen's gonna have to lose the crown in order to give to the prince, but I think that means the queen is the yeah. What about this? Can he then take the throne? No, because she's still alive. But coronation, right? So he has to be the prince. But then maybe the baron kidnaps the queen. Oh. And then the crown's up for grabs, right? And whoever gets there first, the physical crown gets to be king or queen. But we have to have him not start in the royal family. Or without being in the royal family. So is it really... I guess it's coronation regardless. It's coronation day. Right. So then that can't happen. So maybe the maid... I don't know. Maybe this... I don't know. He wouldn't take it because he's like, no, but my queen. But if he lets... No, she'll... Let's see. If the maid lets her go, what does that accomplish? It's the Baron. Right, so then... I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what the point of this is. I feel like there has to be something with this. Why would she let him go? You know the Baron kidnapped the queen. How do we get the... We have to take the... We have to dethrone the queen, but we have to give him a reason to take over the crown. Oh, maybe the maid is the knight's mother. So then, when... Wait, I'm thinking. No, maybe the Baron is the knight's father. So then the Baron kidnaps the queen, and then the knight lets her, or the maid lets her go, and then the Baron kidnaps the queen. Then would the knight take the throne? Why are you still loyal to the queen? She kidnapped your father. She kidnapped your father. Oh, no, she didn't. Sorry. Swap that. Yeah, there you go. So the Baron is the knight's father. The Baron kidnaps the queen, is let go by the maid. And then the queen kidnaps the Baron. The knight lets him go, finds out the queen killed his... kidnapped his father, so then he'll take the throne. So can you put this here? Nope. It has to be the maid. Oops. What was this? There you go. That's fun. I like that one. That's clever. These are clever levels. Everyone gets the crown. Okay, 2 people already have the crown. But we can only get it through marriage. Okay. So we're eventually going to have, I'm assuming, each of them marry into the crown. Maybe, but there's family. But there's no coronation. Maybe, like, the queen is the maid's mom? It's gonna be something funky, I think. So then maybe the queen and the king fight. She's still mad at the king. She wouldn't... Oh. Can we find out that the king and queen are related? So then they'll get married. Right. So then she's got a crown, but we have to get the knight to have a crown as well. I don't think that's necessary. Right, so we don't need that scene. Let's get it out of here. So then maybe... Oh, if the maid and the king fight... Maybe... And then we... Oh, maybe the... Oh, this is gross. The king finds out they're related, so then would the maid get married to the knight? No, because she... Oh, then the maid... The queen and the knight find out they're family members. You could do it with fighting, but I did it the gross way. I played a lot of those dwarf levels where, you know, the 7 dwarfs, but they're all funky. There's a lot of incest in those chapters. So I'm really good at finding these, but how do we do it with fighting? Let's see if we can do that. So if they fight and then also find out they're related. The queen, okay, there. So then maybe these guys fight. Would she then marry the knight? No, because we don't have enough frames for that. We just have to have at least one fight. And then this will all work. Right? So where can we narrow down a fight? Oh, maybe the queen and the... Okay, so I went back to this. The queen is the son of the king, so then the king gets married to the maid. So then maybe the maid and the king fight, and the queen and the knight fight. So they're all mad. So then maybe the knight and the maid will get married. No. But if the maid finds out they're related, then she will. Okay, cool. So you can just do it without the fighting. But you still have to have some of the gross family stuff. Knight gets executed. Okay, so we're eventually going to have that. But who is going to be the executioner? We don't know. The king and the maid have an affair. The queen pushes... No, she would execute the maid. And then... Oh, but we can't get him to take the throne. How would the knight... Would the knight push somebody off as a ghost and then come back to life and then he could get murdered? Like, how would we get that to happen? Nope, they both love other people. Knight gets executed. Maybe then the queen sees the king and the maid having an affair. So then she hates the king. Wouldn't she then get with the knight? No, she still wouldn't do that. Maybe if she executes the both of them, then would she get with the knight? What am I doing? This way. No. Maybe it has to be... No, we don't have a marriage because we can't get her to have the throne. So it's got to be either the king or the queen that's going to execute him. But I think it has to be something with the knight's ghost or something. Or somebody... It's either going to be the knight murders somebody as a ghost or the knight murders somebody as a human. So we know we're going to have the knight here, because then whoever he kills is going to come back to life and then execute him. But I don't see him ever executing the queen. So then maybe it's the king, and then the king would execute him. But then, okay, so now we can work backwards and try to get the king to be mad at the knight somehow. Or the knight to be mad at the king somehow. How would... Maybe the king executes the queen? Right, okay, so now, working backwards even farther, how do we get the king to be mad at the queen? Oh, okay. Thinking back to the past chapters, if we can use this, if the queen sees that the knight or the king and the maid are having an affair, she will execute the maid, which will then make this all work. For revenge, for jealousy, right? So she'll see their affair, murder the maid, and the king will murder her out of revenge. So then the knight will push the king off, the king will revive, and the king will execute the knight. But now we have to say the knight gets executed for jealousy. So then I think we've got to figure out how to get the knight with the queen. How do we get the knight with the queen? We've already shown that she won't then get with the knight after this. No, she still rejects him. Okay, so the queen won't get with the knight. But the king is also in love with the maid. So if we can figure out how to get the knight with the maid, I think... Oh, the maid is dead. So we don't kill her off there. If that can happen, then I think the king would execute the knight. Oh, the knight is dead. Or the king is dead. Right. So we have to get... But if they're in love, then we have to kill off the king. And then they wouldn't get together. Would the king come back to life? He doesn't have his crown though, so he can't sit up. Oh, he doesn't have the crown to sit up there. So we have to get the queen dead, and the only way we have left to do that is here. Right? And then this happens. Oh, the king has to witness it, sorry. There! So again, the affair happens, the queen kills the king for it. The knight, or the king's ghost pushes her off the cliff. The king revives and sees that his The maid has already moved on to the knight so fast because she'll get with anybody. And then he'll execute the knight out of revenge. I wonder, can the maid push the queen off? Yes. Either way. Okay. That's really loud. Sorry if that was really loud. Interesting. I gotta remember that some of these characters will just get with anybody who offers. Anybody who offers. How many more levels in this chapter? 2. Cyclic and scheme. Okay. Cyclic. King and queen usurp the throne. Cyclic. That's good to remember because it's going to go in a cycle because they're both, we only have the king and the queen. So one of them's going to have to lose the throne. Like, for example, the king will lose the throne, the queen would take it. The queen will lose the throne, the king would take it. Yeah. Okay, so eventually we're going to have both of them reclaiming the throne at some point. So if this happens, no, we have to have them lose the throne. Would either of them just kidnap each other out the gate? They would not. But if one of them dies, then revives, he no longer has the throne. But what he would kidnap the queen to get the throne and then take the throne back. And then if the queen dies and revives, she would come back and kidnap the king and then take his throne. So she gets kidnapped, but we don't have enough scenes because the king wouldn't just let her go. I don't think the king would just let her go after he did that. No. So then you have to have her just die. You don't know how she dies, but she dies while imprisoned. And then she'll revive and retake the throne back from the king. It's parallel. That's really cool. It's parallel here. I guess that doesn't happen. You do the exact same scenes but then swap everybody out. That's cool. I love the parallel. That's really cute. I like that one a lot. Okay, last chapter. Knight is murdered by his spouse. Can he get married to the dragon? You think? If the Baron kidnaps the knight, I don't know, and then the Baron gets in the dragon's disguise. There's probably going to be 2 ways to do this. It's going to be like, marries the dragon, marries the Baron. And then if the Baron is a dragon, let him go. No. Maybe this happens first. Would the Baron let him go as a human? No. The queen... I don't know what purpose this would serve. The queen lets him go and says, hey, there's a dragon. If he gets out of the disguise, what does this do? Knight is murdered by his spouse. Wow, that was a scary noise. He wants the crown, so he would never marry him. So it's gonna have to be the knight and the queen, I'm assuming. But we have the disguise for some reason. Maybe the Baron kidnaps the queen and then takes off his disguise, or puts on his disguise and then lets the queen go. So then she's in love with him. And then they get married. Now he has the crown. Would the Baron then push the queen off? I don't know what this purpose is serving though. The queen would kill him. But now they're all... Oh, he wouldn't jump. Is he jumping off? Yeah, he's dead, but the animations are not perfect. Because they never had this animation in the main game of the dragon jumping off the cliff, because why would they need to? But the knight has to be murdered by his spouse. Maybe the spouse is dead. When? They gets murdered. So that's gonna have to happen. I don't know what we do with all of this though. Oh, but the knight lets her go. She'll fall in love with him. But we have to find a reason for her to kill him. Maybe the Baron kills the queen. But we can't have her revive. Because she's not mad enough at him to do that. To kill him for the crown because she's dead. Interesting. I don't... There's no way the knight would marry the Baron out of his disguise, is there? No. No. Right. Maybe all this happens. How do we get... Oh, yeah! Okay, right. Okay, yes. The Baron turns into a dragon, or puts the disguise on, kidnaps the queen, the knight lets the queen go, so they fall in love and get married, the knight and the queen. Then the dragon pushes the queen off, takes this off, so then the knight and the Baron would get married. And then the Baron kills the knight. I don't know if he's stabbing him here, or if he's just like, you know, doing the walk the plank thing, where it's like, I'm either gonna stab you or gonna jump off. Interesting. Okay. Because I thought the only way this would happen is if they get married, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I did. But I did. Oh yeah. But that is the end of this video because we finished 2 chapters. In the next chapter, we're going to tackle Mischief 1 and Lineage. Oh, I saw the devil in there. See the devil? Ooh, so if you want to look at the devil, how the devil interacts in these new fun Lost chapters, please like and subscribe and come back in 2 days and I'll have the next video out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!